the home for intelligent Black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I'm here to talk about a serious topic, man. It's one that's on everybody's mind, and I promise you, this is not celebrity gossip. This is actually digging into a deeper issue. We're going to talk about Kanye West today. Kanye West is in the news a lot because of what's going on with his wife, Kim Kardashian. And I asked myself this question. I said, what if Kanye West were a white woman? Would we look at things different if Kanye West were a white woman? So we're going to jump into this. So get comfortable, buckle up a seatbelt, hit the thumbs up button. We're going to get started on drboycetv.com right now.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I want you guys to know before we get started that in this space we are what is called B1. B1 means we're Black first. We put our community at the top of the priority list. Black first means that we educate our kids. Black first means we build wealth in our community. Black first means that Black men and Black women love each other. Black first means that we're rebuilding our families. Black first means we're taking control of our communities. If you agree with this philosophy, if this makes sense to you, please hit hashtag B1. Put hashtag B and the number 1 in the chat. Use that hashtag on the internet if you want to have B1 conversations, because I'm tired of Black people taking second fiddle to everything. Now, I want to say hi to everybody on my Instagram. Give me a yes if you can hear me. Give me a yes if you can hear me, because apparently Instagram is freezing. Somebody says that my Instagram is freezing. I don't know if it's because I'm talking about a racial topic, but we live in America, and that is the reality. We live in America, which is a place where you can be shadow banned. You know, for example, where I can go live on one channel with 400,000 subscribers, another one with 300,000 subscribers, and only have 100 people watching. Well, because they don't want America having honest racial conversations in this country. They don't want America having discussions that address the racial indifference that America has shown in terms of fixing some of the problems we've created for ourselves. Not us, not we, they created, right? And in fact, last night, some of you were here last night for the Dr. Boyce Book Club, where we were reading the last few pages of Dr. Claude Anderson's book, Black Labor, White Wealth. At the end of the book, I read 85 laws. Look this video up. It's 85 laws that were passed specifically to control Black people. Most of y'all never learned these laws in school. I don't know if anybody was there. Give me a yes in the chat if you were there last night. If you're not there, I did save some of it on drboycetv.com. Go take a look at that video, because I literally read one by one 85 laws that were passed, including laws that literally said things like Black people and white people could not look out the same window. They literally passed a law, I think it was in South Carolina, that said Black and white people could not look out the same window. Right. So this is the country that you're dealing with. This is what you're up against. The fact that you somehow think that white people and Black people are the same is absolutely insanity, because you don't live in a country that was built that way. It's crazy. So I'm going to ask you all this question. First off, as you hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Quick question. How many of you have been following Kanye West and this whole thing with his wife, Kim? Have anybody seen any of that? Give me a yes or no if you've been following the whole Kanye West saga at all. Just maybe glancing, scrolling through. If you haven't, I've been following it kind of closely. I feel a little bit of a connection with Kanye. I'm a Chicago guy too. When I went to Minister Farrakhan's Swan Song, I met the guy who wrote the documentary. He came up. He was a very nice guy. I don't know the brother's name, but he was very nice and appreciative that we had said good things about the documentary. The documentary Genius is extremely good. It's a genius documentary. Everybody should watch it. Also, Kanye, I talked to him on the phone just one time, not long enough to get to know him, but long enough to know, hey, how you doing? Let's talk about Dr. Claude Anderson. Also, I was actually in a Kanye West song, ironically, believe it or not. Literally, there's one. It's with Tyler, the Creator, and at the end, Tyler, the Creator, blurts out, Dr. Boyce Watkins is a bitch. Well, I think you're a bitch too, because you need to grow up, son, man. You need to chill out with all that nonsense. But hey, that's okay though. It comes with the territory. But yeah, I can't say I was in the Kanye West song, which is the weirdest thing in the world. But anyway, with that being said, Kanye is interesting, because Kanye is really going through something. Kanye is. It's not. I wouldn't disagree with you if you said that there was some mental health issues going on. I wouldn't disagree with you if you said that Kanye isn't handling all this in the best way. Basically, he's been kind of going off on his wife and yelling and screaming and getting on the end. I mean, I follow him on Twitter, on Instagram. It's really entertaining. It's very interesting. I mean, every day he's got something to say, and he's got something to say about people that have something to say about him. Right? This week, D.L. Hughley had some things to say if that was my daughter, we'd have a problem. The chest thumping manhood, right? And so Kanye comes back at DL. They go back and forth and whatever, and nothing happens. People just talk. And then there's Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah, he also came out and said that what Kanye's doing to Kim, he said it's absolutely terrifying. I'm trying to use my South African / British accent. Let me see let me find the Trevor Noah comments. It's really fascinating. It's real deep, y'all. It's real deep. And I wanted to address some of this because the state of the black man, the experience of the black man in America is deeply connected to everything that we talk about every day on this channel. This isn't just this isn't just a matter of us talking about what's going on with celebrities or celebrity gossip. This is really explaining the infrastructure of America, but you got to go deep to really understand it and to see it. So let me tell you. So first of all, Kanye was just suspended from Instagram for basically calling Trevor the word that rhymes with boon. Don't type it in the chat because y'all, we'll get in trouble over here too. But it rhymes with the word boon, and y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a word that is used to describe a black person who is who's kind of racially compromised, shall we say. And so he got suspended from Instagram. I don't know how long he's suspended, at least 24 hours. They said he violated the policies on hate speech. But he directed that slur at Noah because Noah defended Kim Kardashian. Noah says, "You may not feel sorry for Kim because she's rich and famous, but what she's going through is terrifying to watch and shines a spotlight on what so many women go through when they choose to leave." All right, let's pull the needle off the record right there and let's kind of analyze that a little bit. So what Trevor did, and I'm not saying Trevor's wrong. I'm not saying that Kanye's right. I'm not saying that at all. So do not think I'm sitting here. I'm not trying to defend every single thing Kanye does. I can't. It wouldn't be possible, right? Some of it's for show. Some of it's to get attention so he can sell records and all. I don't live in that world. I'm not trying to do all that. I just call it as I see it, but I do care about what happens with the black man in America and the image of the black man in America. And I think Kanye is sensitive to that. If you listen to Kanye's rhetoric as he talks about what he's doing and why he's doing it, why he's fighting for his family, he talks about it in the context of race. He says, black men, these are my black children. I'm a black man, right? Now, mind you, I've heard some of y'all, I pay attention to y'all more than I listen to Kanye. And a lot of y'all are saying things that I agree with too. That you're saying, well, yo, man, what, you married a Kardashian. What did you expect? What did you expect, Negro? You married a Kardashian. You know how many awesome, beautiful black women are out there that you could have married? Not to say that black women are all wonderful. I mean, don't get me wrong. We got some good and some bad, but you got some nice black women out here who didn't have to go get surgery to grow an ass. The Kardashians grew an ass like I guess you plant a seed and pour water on it, and the booty just grows like a chia pet. I don't know, but has anybody ever seen? I'm not making fun of it. Well, maybe I am. Has anybody ever seen the before after pictures of the Kardashians? Has anybody ever seen that, or pictures of the Kardashians with and without makeup? I mean, it's absolutely fascinating. It's really fascinating, and they built $1 billion off of this. I mean, that right there might be sample one for what white privilege can allow you to do. These mediocre white women got fake booties and fake lips and a lot of makeup, and next thing you know, they're billionaires after making a sex tape. It's so comical that it can only happen in America, which has a country that is at least 70% dumbasses. I'm sorry. That's why this platform, I tell y'all every time, this is the space for intelligent black people, because I cannot tolerate the dumb assosity that has taken over our country. We literally live off of stupid shit. Let me keep going. So, and to give you proof that this formula does not work for a black woman, Larry Fishburne's daughter, anybody remember what Larry Fishburne's daughter in Montana when she hung out with the Kardashians, thought she was white and thought she could take the Kim Kardashian route to fame and power. Anybody remember what happened to Montana Fishburne? Oh, she just became a porn star. She didn't become whatever the Kardashians are, right? As Kim gives lectures on how women need to work harder if they want to be successful. Now, again, I'm not saying she doesn't work hard. I'm not saying she's not intelligent in her own way. And it's not even her fault. It's just the country that you're born in. But it's really, really interesting, right? And then what's interesting about the Kardashians is really fascinating to me. Again, this is why Kanye, if you're watching, man, this is why I wouldn't have married a Kardashian. If you and I were homies hanging out, I'd be like, why would you marry her? Don't marry her. I mean, you can have, if you want to have sex with her, I'm not going to tell you not to. You're a rapper. That's what y'all are allowed to do, right? What you're going to do, but don't make her the mother of your kids. That's not going to end well. But the other interesting thing about the Kardashians is they kind of do a Jackie Robinson on the Black community. And let me explain it. I'm not saying the Kardashians are all evil. I'm not here to say that. I'm just telling you what it is. White privilege again. Pay attention now. All the Kardashian girls, they seem to really love these Black men, right? They all dating Black men. If you look into their life a little bit, like I think there's 5 or 6 Black men who are all connected to Kardashians, and they all seem to go crazy. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. But most of these men are not regular Black men. It's not like they like Black men. They like certain Black men who can be assets to the Kardashian empire. Do you follow what I'm saying? Right? So it's not any Black man that will do. It is a Black man who happens to have $100 million NFL contract that will do, right? A brother off the street, that's not what they're seeking. They're seeking a Travis Scott or a Odell Beckham or a Kanye West, right? To add to the Kardashian portfolio. So let's just be clear. They collect Negroes. That's kind of what they do. They collect them like lawn jockeys, right? Like little chess pieces on the board. Now, mind you, again, I'm giving them props to some extent. They're playing chess out here, and then there's nothing wrong with that. It's strategic. It's working. Good for them. They're worth $1 billion. I'm not worth $1 billion. So okay. But that's what it is, right? And so with Kanye, you know what they say. We create the lives. I mean, most people who are in the metaphysics and all that will pretty much tell you that you kind of create the life that you have. Almost everything that happens to you is of your own creation. So you remember, Kanye is a guy that has a lot of options. He didn't have to marry a Kardashian. Now, with that said, I want to move to the next point, though, where we want to sort of look at the nuances of Kanye's situation. And I want to actually challenge you a little bit to be able to see it in a different lens. Now, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Also, I'd be remiss not to mention to you all that we're at the Black Business School. We're having a mini conference on the 22nd called the 7 Steps to Building Your Own Black Wall Street. You guys know my PhDs in finance. This is what I'm good at. And this is something I can break down for you. I have the ability to transform your life in that particular way. Those of you who follow me, put a yes in the chat to confirm that I'm not just bragging. This is what Kanye can kill it on the mic. Well, I can kill it on my microphone when I'm talking about the financial stuff. So we're doing that on the 22nd. If you want to know more, just go to boycewatkins.com. The link is right there on my website. All right. Now, with that said, again, I want to reiterate, I'm not condoning Kanye's behavior. I'm not saying that what he did was okay. But the first thing I want to point out is that I want to ask you all a question. Y'all are intelligent Black people, so you're the jury here. You saw D.L. Hughley go off on Kanye like, yeah, man, if you was doing that to my daughter, I would beat your ass, boy, right? Now, mind you, D.L. doesn't like Kanye mainly because he's not a Democrat. Right? D.L. unfortunately has positioned himself, and I know D.L. I saw D.L. I went to Willie D's event down in Houston. Willie was in my wedding. Willie's a good buddy of mine, and I went down there. D.L. was there. I shook his hand. We see each other about once every 3 years, so we know each other, but we're not buddies. But I can say, honestly, out of love, that he's become a little bit of a pawn for the politicians, right? So the fact that Kanye's a Republican, that alone means, in my view, that DL is almost never going to have anything favorable to say about Kanye. That's just a fact. But in the tradition of caping for white people, it was ironic to me. I want to ask y'all this question. You saw DL standing up to Kanye like, yeah, man, if that was my daughter, I'll whoop your ass, boy. And then you see Trevor like, oh my God, what she's going through is terrifying. If she was, this shows what women all go through, whatever, right? Do you think, let me ask you this, do you think that these two Black men would be standing up to Kanye in this way if Kim Kardashian wasn't a white female, or technically, whatever. She's not quite, like, she's a little ethnic. She's not black, right? There's in America, there's kind of black and non-black. Like, do you think? I mean, seriously. I mean, do you think that the fact that that she isn't a black woman? I really can't imagine that if Kim Kardashian was a black woman, that they would really be going out of their way, jumping out in the middle of the street, trying to cape and save Kim from the tyranny of Kanye. Now, mind you, I've never seen anything where Kanye has actually shown up and beat anybody up or sent goons to kill anybody or anything. But not, although anything's possible, but I haven't seen any evidence of that. But I don't think so. I think that her race, I think that this being interracial plays a part in the way they view these things, because historically, if you read books, like I keep telling y'all to read, like black people got to read, man. They put all the secrets in Dr. Claude Anderson books and stuff like that. And in this book, Dr. Anderson kind of explains the history and the breakdown of how the white female has always been seen as precious and untouchable, almost like this sort of sacred entity that you must protect at all costs. He also talks about things like meritorious manumission, where black people historically were given rewards by society for defending white people, right? And so if you look on the media right now, what are you seeing? You're seeing Huffington Post clapping like, "Oh, Trevor, you're so brave. Thank you for speaking up for Kim. Oh my God, this is so wonderful." Right? So he's gonna get that next $100 million deal from Comedy Central, right? Like, because he's defending white virtue, right? And this is historic. This is something that's been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years. Not to say that if Kim were black, that people wouldn't still be concerned, but race matters. Race matters in America. If anybody ever told you that it doesn't matter, then you need to get out of here with that nonsense. There's 1,000 books out here that will prove you wrong, 1,000 studies that will prove you wrong. So that's the first part, that that this whole sort of caping for Kim, I'm not real interested in that. It seems a little bit biased to me. Number two, one of the things that's really interesting is, I will start by saying this. It's very rare that a woman will sexually violate a man, right? It's just rare. For a lot of guys I know, if a woman ran up and said, "I demand that you sleep with me," a lot of guys will be like, "Okay, you ain't got to make me do it. Like, I'd be happy to participate as long as you ain't ugly," right? That's the crime. If you're ugly, then that might require some therapy. But seriously, like it's not common, right? That doesn't typically happen. However, on the flip side, we know that there are far too many occasions where men have sexually violated women, which is obviously highly inappropriate. Obviously something you need to fight against. It's also one of the reasons why I would actually support Kanye on the point of keeping the father in the home as a protector against things that happen to our daughters when they're not defended and protected. I do believe that. I believe that when they convinced you that fathers are not necessary, they convinced you to leave the black family defenseless, because in most countries and all throughout history, whenever you wanted to conquer a group of people, you always got rid of the fathers. You got rid of the men. You got rid of the soldiers. You got rid of the protectors, so that you can go do what you wanted to do with the women and the children. It's the playbook that's been run. It's the white supremacist playbook that's been run all throughout the world, and it's been run in America a million times. So please don't fall for that okie doke. Now, with that said, it's rare that a woman will sexually violate a man. But that is not to say that a woman cannot violate men in other ways, right? We live in a country where women are strong. I am a part feminist, where literally I stand with my wife when I say that women have the capacity to be as intelligent and as capable and as extraordinary as men, but also to be as treacherous as men. Men can lie, women can lie too. That's why slogans like "believe all women" are absolutely stupid to me, because I know women who will lie. Give me a yes in the chat if you believe a woman is capable of telling a lie, which explains why that slogan, they were literally using a slogan that said "believe all women." That is probably one of the dumbest statements I have ever heard in my life. I'm not going to believe you just because you have a vagina. There's nothing inside a vagina that says that you're incapable of lying. There is no truth serum inside the vagina that says that you can't tell a fib. So get out of here with every ounce of that bullshit. I'm sorry. It's crazy, right? So we know that women do have the ability to hurt men. They just may not hurt them physically because we have testosterone and we're hard to beat up, right? But you've seen scenarios where a man can feel emotionally violated, right? You know, my feelings are hurt. You betrayed me. You left me. You dumped me on the street. Now my heart's broken. I can't get up. Now I'm living in the liquor bottle. I'm smoking weed all day. I'm sitting around in the bed. I can't get up because my heart is so broken. I understand that feeling because most of us have gone through it. You raise your hand if you've ever known what it feels like to be emotionally violated by another person. Let's say something. Speak up on that. Number two, we know that a woman can financially violate a man. Cardi B gave you the whole game on that. Cardi B talked openly about, before she became super famous, right? She wishes she could take it back, but now it's out there. She spoke openly about how she lured men in with sex and would financially violate them by making sure that at the end of the night, that after she gave them a date rape drug, they would wake up with an empty wallet and maybe a stinging butthole, because if she really got mad at them, she would set them up to be sexually violated, right? That this is a true thing. I'm not making this up. Right. I'm making a point here. Bear with me. Give me your attention on this, because I'm making an important point here. We know that while women may not sexually violate men very often, we know that there have been thousands of scenarios where a vindictive woman has stolen a man's freedom by telling a lie on him. Right. We know that there have been thousands of cases where a man's life was lost because a woman chose to tell a lie or to violate him in some way. That's why Emmett Till died and the woman confessed. Nobody went back to go and punish her the way they didn't go after her in her 80s like they did with Bill Cosby, but she confessed that she lied and got Emmett Till killed, right? So where am I going with this? Well, where I'm going with this is that we all can agree, I hope, that men can be hurt too. Maybe not in exactly the same way, but we can be hurt too. We all can agree that thousands of Black men have been victimized by somebody telling a false story. All of Black Wall Street got burned down. Hundreds of people got killed because a white female chose to violate the Black community in general by telling a lie on a Black man, right? We know these things can happen. And one thing that is missing in this society, because you live in America, because America is a racist society, is that there is almost no empathy, no time taken to even understand how Black men feel when we feel that we've been emotionally violated. You had the whole Me Too movement. The whole Me Too movement was nothing but a bunch of women, mostly white, who decided that it was okay to go to any lengths to get justice on social media, right? No length, right? Now, mind you, some of them I'm sure were justified. Maybe some of them really went through something terrible, right? And then some of them were using it as an opportunity to get attention or to attack somebody, right? But Kanye, let's be clear, Kanye ain't the first person to get on Instagram and decide that he's going to just harass the hell out of somebody. He ain't the first one. Give me a yes or no if you follow what I'm saying. He's not the only one. But I don't think there was ever a time where where D.L. Hughley stood up to the Me Too movement and said, you know, if you keep on harassing this man, I'm gonna whoop your ass. There's gonna be a problem. We're gonna have a problem. Right? There was no time where Trevor Noah felt the need to go through and say, you know, this is what so many Black men go through when they're falsely accused. Pay attention now. Just last week, Chris Brown. Does anybody know about the Chris Brown story? Give me a yes in the chat if you know about what happened with Chris Brown. I don't even listen to Chris Brown's. I cannot name one single Chris Brown song except for one. He did a song with Busta Rhymes. Remember? Look at me now. I'm getting paper. I'm fresher than a motherfucker. I remember that one. That's the only Chris Brown song I remember. That's about 12 years old. So I know nothing about Chris Brown's music. I do not follow Chris Brown's life. I don't know Chris Brown personally. But I did notice last week where Chris Brown was falsely accused and sued for $22 million by a woman who said, oh my God, he violated me sexually. It was terrible. Now pay me $22 million, right? And they had the lawyers right next to her saying, oh my gosh, this poor victim, look, she gonna have some Becky tears at the press conference. That means you got to pay her because the only way we can remedy this is we give her some money, right? And they were going full steam ahead with the lawsuit with no evidence at all. None. Not 1 ounce of evidence. And the reason I know they had no evidence is because it turned out that she was lying her butt off. Chris Brown had the foresight to save text messages from this lady where she apparently having sex with Chris Brown must be for these women a wonderful experience because she was giving him raving reviews in the text messages. Now, mind you, these guys, these celebrities, they have sex with a lot of women. So you might want to go get checked out after you do the thing, but that's your business. But still, you know, she's giving them raving reviews. So think about this now. Pay attention. Here's what's going on. Here's what's going on. The black man is the only person in this country where the justice system flips on its head. He's the only person in this country where they change the rules. Everybody else is innocent till proven guilty. The black man is guilty till proven innocent. For everyone else, the burden of proof is on the accuser. For the black man, the burden of proof is typically on the accused. So flipping this back to Kanye, the big question I ask you is this. If Kanye were a white female and Kanye felt that there was a man who emotionally abused her, not physically, let's say that she felt emotionally abused. Kanye can make this argument. Again, he married a Kardashian. They ain't no punks. I can't imagine anybody walking up in there just beating up on a Kardashian or just slapping them around. Kim's mama, the one who probably told her to make that whole tape back in 2005, like, girl, you better drop it like it's hot so you can get this money, right? Chris, whatever her name is, Kris Jenner, they're not punks. So what if what if Kanye was a white female who said, this man emotionally abused me and I'm getting on the internet to express in my Me Too tradition, my righteous indignation over the way I was treated. This man didn't just mistreat me, he took my kids. Do you think that they would react the same way they're reacting to Kanye right now? Do you think? Give me a yes or no. Now, I'm not sitting here, we can't deny the fact that Kanye is a man. And when you are a man, there are certain things that men bring to the table that can make us a deeper threat, right? It's not to sit here. And again, I want to make it clear. I'm not sitting here defending Kanye's behavior. Kanye, if you watch this video, brother, call me so we can talk about a better strategy because I don't like what I'm seeing right now. I wish this was happening differently because the children are the ones who are going to suffer because one day your kids are going to grow up and they're going to look at all this shit and they're going to be like, God damn it, my parents were crazy. They're not going to like it. They're just not. I wish there was a better way. I really wish I could help you. I would like to hear you and understand why you feel the need to go to that extent and handle it in the way you have, because it's really scaring a whole lot of people. I don't think it's appropriate. But at the same time, I'm sitting here and I'm watching the reaction. I'm watching this righteous indignation from white America. Like, oh my goodness, how can you say these things? Oh my gosh, he's such a bad person, right? And then you see the black men standing up, earning their meritorious manumission. That's what they called it during slavery, when black people defended white people, and you got rewarded for it. Like, I'll whoop his ass for you. How dare you say that about Miss Sally? That ain't right, boy. That ain't right, right? And all of this is kind of crazy to me. And so I think overall, if you want to understand the context of what's going on, I encourage you to read books that give you the real history of race in this country, and everything will make sense. All the dynamics will fall in place. The black man is pretty much seen as a threat from the time he gets out of bed in the morning. There's nothing that Kanye could do in this situation other than shut up and dribble that would make people feel like he was behaving in an appropriate fashion. We do live in a country where when there are divorces like this, In many cases, the mother is seen as a hero for putting the father out. And if she says that he did something wrong or he deserves whatever he's getting, everybody goes right along with it and says, yep, that's right. He deserves what he's getting. When the reality is that parental alienation is a real thing. Y'all don't hear, and y'all need to be in my inbox where I'm hearing the pain from so many Black men whose hearts are broken because they ain't had a chance to see their kids in 2 years. Ain't did nothing wrong. They're mad. They feel violated. They feel like, man, I can't say nothing. I have no say in the lives of my children. You don't think that's traumatizing? You don't think that that is a significant violation of another human being? Do you have any empathy for that at all? You probably don't, because you've never been trained to have empathy for the Black man. You've never been trained to think that maybe that our feelings get hurt too, that we go through shit and that it hurts. So I'm not sitting here trying to say that what Kanye is doing is okay. It's not okay. It's really not. I'm just encouraging you to not fall for the okie doke and to try to see the nuances of not just what's going on with him, but generally what's happening in so many of our families across this country. But I say all that while still saying that, brothers, when you get married, don't go marry the Kardashian types. And also, anybody who gets together with another human being, before you even sleep with them, sit down and have a conversation and get a sense of their value system. How important is it for that woman to make sure that the father is involved in the lives of the kids? There are women like that. There are women who understand that the father is just as valuable as the mother. Those are the women you want to have children with. You don't have children with women who think that a mama can be the daddy and a daddy can be the mom and all that nonsense. That's crazy. Because we don't think, I have a wife. My wife is sitting right here. We're about to go eat. So I'm about to finish up here. But my wife makes it clear that in this household, I am respected as a critical entity of this house. She explains to me that, yes, the father's involvement is extremely important. So anybody running around telling you that kids don't need their father is absolutely out of their damn mind, because you would never say that children don't need their mother. Am I right or am I right? I'm not even going to give you the option of disagreeing with me on that one, because that's where I'm putting both of my feet into the ground. Don't fall for the okie doke. Do not integrate into a burning house. America is a burning house culturally because they have a lot of value systems. You think that they're right because white people told you these things, but it's absolute nonsense, and it will only continue to destroy in the midst of the chaos that already exists within your community. Your families are already jacked up, and a lot of it is due to the fact that you're spending all your time trying to be something that you're not supposed to be. God did not put you on this earth to be running around here bragging about the fact that your kids ain't got no daddy. That's insanity. So I'm going to bounce on out of here. I wish Kanye the best. If Kanye sees this, because he could. I know people that know him and all that, and we have connections. It's not meant to be offensive. But at the same time, I think, there's a lot to learn from all this. All right, guys, I'm about to get out of here. Please hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Reminder, this week we're doing an NFT event with Tiila Kidd, who's an NFT expert, it's totally free. It's in the Black Business School. The Black Business School, we have 150,000 students around the world that we educate, and we're doing a damn good job at it. We're better than any HBCU in history. So if you'd like to come and check it out, just go to boycewatkins.com. There's a link there for that event, and also that mini conference on the 22nd. There's a link for that as well. All right, guys, hit the thumbs up button on your way out. God bless you. Thank you for listening. I will talk to you soon, and please have a wonderful day. Love you guys. Peace.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to co-sign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, 10, 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.